So I've lost almost 140 pounds in the last year on the carnivore diet, and now I quit. Here's why. Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I'm Pat with the Carnivore Couple, and in the last 15 months, I've lost 138 pounds using the carnivore diet. Now I'm kind of entering that maintenance phase now where I'm hitting my goals weight-wise, and I'm almost wondering if I should stay carnivore. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 ways my carnivore journey might be changing and why I may not be considered carnivore anymore. But before we dive into that, let's go back 15 months and talk about why I started my journey in the first place. So 15 months ago, I weighed over 300 pounds. I was morbidly obese. I was miserable, lazy, had no ambition. I was always in pain, inflamed. My diet consisted of mostly sugar, carbs, and processed foods, and I was following in my father's footsteps to have my first heart attack by the age of 38. Fast forward to now, I took my health back. I lost 138 pounds. I'm at a healthy weight. But most importantly, I'm a role model for our son and our soon-to-be-born twins, and I plan to be around for a long time and even see my grandchildren grow up. Now, with all those benefits, why wouldn't I want to stay carnivore? Well, I never wanted to be carnivore to meet a definition for the sake of being carnivore. In the end, I want to do what makes my body feel its best. And there are some people out there, they need carnivore because they can't have certain spices or vegetables or fruits or whatever because they have autoimmune issues. But for me, I started my journey to take my health back, become insulin sensitive, and also to overcome my sugar and carb addiction. For some people on their journey, they want to be carnivore to meet a definition instead of doing what's more sustainable to help them be consistent and successful over a long period of time. I've lost almost 140 pounds drinking coffee, eating mustard and Frank's Red Hot sauce. And I get a lot of people saying, oh, that's not carnivore. You're not carnivore. Oh, you're going to have all these inflammation issues and all this and that. Well, at the end of the day, you have to do what's sustainable for you and what helps you be consistent over a long period of time. It's making those adjustments now so you can maintain your health long term for the rest of your life. For me personally, I've reached all the goals I wanted to reach using the carnivore diet, which brings us to why I may not be considered carnivore anymore. Now, even though my diet may be changing a little bit, the one thing that hasn't changed throughout my entire journey is using electrolytes. And that brings us to today's video sponsor, Element. I've been drinking Element since the beginning. I personally like Element. It's my favorite. Now, when you're first getting started on your carnivore journey, you may experience something called keto flu, and that's just because your body is dumping a lot of water weight, and with that goes all your electrolyte. And Element's a great way to replenish those electrolytes. Each packet has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. They have clean ingredients, no BS, and the flavored packets are sweetened with stevia. I really enjoy the grapefruit and the citrus and the watermelon. Those are my top 3 flavors for sure. And right now, Element is actually offering our audience a free sample pack with any drink mix order. That's 8 single serve packets free with any drink mix order. It's a great way to try out different flavors, maybe share some with your friends or your family. And you can get that at drinkelement.com/carnivorecouple. And this deal is only available through our link, drinkelement.com/carnivorecouple. That's DRINKLMNT.com/carnivorecouple. Thank you again, Element, for sponsoring this video. And reason number 2 that I'm quitting carnivore is now that I'm at a healthy weight and no longer insulin resistant, I want to try to add a few things back in to see how my body reacts. So I still plan to be about 95% carnivore, but now that I've hit my goals, I'm starting to add things like low carb fruit back into my diet to see how I respond to those things. You might be wondering, fruit? Why are you adding fruit in? Isn't fruit bad for you? Well, before, yes, I was trying to lose weight and increase my insulin sensitivity, and at that time I couldn't handle the fruit, I couldn't handle the sugar. But now that I've hit my goals, I kind of want to see how my body reacts to low carb fruits. So I have been adding things like strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries in. They're lowest on the glycemic index, and so far it's been fine. I've been able to handle a little bit of strawberries here and there, blueberries, and I'm not wanting to eat a bunch of other sugar or binge a bunch of junk food. So I've been able to handle it, and it looks like I've been able to stave off those food addiction triggers, and it hasn't been really triggering me to want to go eat junk. Now, when it comes to fruits and vegetables, vegetables have plant defense chemicals in them such as oxalates and lectins, and they don't want you to eat them. So things like spinach or kale or broccoli, leafy greens, that really don't want you to be eaten, so they have those things in them that keep you from eating them. Now, fruits, plants want you to eat their fruits. They bear those fruits to be eaten. That's why fruits in general, I feel, are fine as long as you can handle it and you're insulin sensitive and not insulin resistant. That's why starting out with things like strawberries and blueberries that's low on the glycemic index isn't going to be affecting me a whole lot without having any sugar in the last 15 months. Another thing I've been experimenting with is a little bit of peppers, more specifically jalapenos. I am under the belief that eating raw plants or even peppers are probably not the best thing for you, so I try to make sure they're cooked. Caitlin makes these really good jalapeno poppers with cream cheese and pork panko. It's amazing. So I've been eating that here and there, maybe like twice in the last couple months or so, and I haven't seen any kind of negative effects from eating that way. After the first 2 or 3 months, I did have some raw veggies, and that really affected me negatively the next day. But now, with the cooked jalapenos, easing my way into certain things with certain berries and jalapenos, I haven't seen any negative effects on me. I haven't seen any rise in inflammation or any water weight retention or anything like that. I've been able to handle it and not go off the deep end and let those things trigger my sugar and carb addictions. So even though I'm adding a few things back in, like organic strawberries or cooked jalapenos here and there, I'm pretty much still carnivore, y'all. I'm still having my eggs cooked in butter with my New York strip or my chicken here and there. If I want something a little bit of sweetness, I'll eat about 5 strawberries, and that's about it, y'all. So overall, I'm still pretty much carnivore, but I guess you can call it animal based now. But at the end of the day, that's what's working for me, and it's not triggering my sugar and carb addictions, and I'm still eating whole foods and staying as healthy as I can and making it sustainable for long term so I can stay healthy the rest of my life. And that's what works for me. You have to find what works for you and helps you to be consistent and healthy long term. So the last reason I'm quitting carnivore is that I don't want to live my life in constant restriction, especially now that I'm hit all my goals and I'm in maintenance mode. So in the last 15 months, carnivore not only changed my life, but it actually saved my life. But as I think about how I want to eat and what my diet looks like moving forward, I'm not going to be as restrictive as I was when I was in weight loss mode. For example, instead of doing OMAD, which stands for 1 meal a day, I've been going back to eating 2 meals a day. I usually fast in the morning and I just drink my black coffee, and then for lunch I'll usually have something, whether it's eggs or maybe it's some Chomp's beef sticks or something like that. And then for dinner I'll have my big 20-ounce New York strip, and again maybe some berries if I'm feeling like I want something sweet, but usually I don't have berries every day. OMAD, or 1 meal a day, was a great tool to shed those last 20 pounds, but it's not something I want to keep doing long term. Now, my entire journey for the first 10 months, I never had one cheat meal. Until New Year's Eve, I had a cheat meal, and the next day, I regretted it. Now, I went kind of overboard with that cheat meal, but the next day I regretted it and didn't do it again. I still haven't had a cheat meal since then, believe it or not. I think I have a pretty good handle on my food addiction issues, and adding in a cheat meal maybe once a month or so to see how I react might be the way I go moving forward. And if I do actually decide to have my first cheat meal and do it once a month, I will definitely keep y'all updated to see how I handle it. So am I quitting carnivore? Yes and no, kind of, sort of, not really. I'm still gonna be 95% carnivore, still eating my beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and maybe having some berries 2 or 3 times a week. And then maybe I'll have a cheat meal once a month, give or take. We'll see, haven't done it yet, but stay tuned, we'll keep you updated on that. I hope this video encourages you to find what works for you and stick to it. I know for me, I had to be strict carnivore for my entire journey. I know for me at the beginning, I ate pretty much only meat, eggs, and dairy. And then I adjusted as I went more strict BBBE for the majority of my journey, and then I went to OMAD near the end. But now that I've finally hit all my goals, I'm trying to figure out what maintenance looks like and what I can add back in. It's okay to change your journey over time. Maybe being super strict lion doesn't work for you, and that's okay. You don't have to be lion diet or super strict carnivore just to meet a definition. Consistency over perfection. That's the only way to achieve things in life, to achieve your goals, is to be consistent over a long period of time. So making the healthy choices every single day really got me to the point where I've hit my goals. I've lost 140 pounds. I'm healthy finally. And now I can start to add those small things back in and maintain my health and my longevity. We want to thank Element again for sponsoring this video. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, maybe hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll see y'all next time. Stay strong.